Hello, it's Moobit here, your friendly media manager from Gamerdads and I, Moobit Media and all the rest of it. And as the sun sets over Mount Chiliad, well, in the distance, I'm on Mount Chiliad looking at the sunset. I'm in GT Online. Bit of fun and frolics. I came up here on a motorbike. If you would have seen on my epic fail video I just uploaded, tried to drive the motorbike off the cliff while jumping off just in time, and the motorbike just landed in a ditch. So I shot it and blew myself up. What I'm planning on doing is landing on an airstrip and then seeing which other characters I can go after. So I believe there's an airstrip there. That's quite a close one. We set a waypoint for that, and then we'll jump off here with my trusty parachute, and then try and make our way to the airstrip from up here. Just because, no particular reason, just because I want to. Yeehaw! Multicolored for the win, baby. Right. So, let's get myself on course. Sticking close to the mountain. I gotta admit, for an open world game, these open world games tend not to be as graphically good as, more linear ones, for obvious reasons, because I've got to keep the graphics going for such a big map. I mean, this is a damn huge map. It's very impressive. But I gotta say, for what it is, the graphics are very good on this. I mean, you just saw the sunset, that's very pretty. And just little bits that make me stop and go, oh, that's nice. Like some of the water effects as well, they're actually quite good for an open world game. Not as good as some other games, but good enough for me. And that brings me on to a thought, which is quite a recurring thought. We talk about this quite a lot on the podcast. Is do graphics a good game make? Because obviously we've got the new Xbox and the new PlayStation coming out in but a couple of weeks, and obviously, as a lot of you know, I'm a retro gamer. More stuff coming on the Retrocast UK channel very soon. It's just finding time to do it, really. And well, I can't really buy a unless you've got a helicarrier for sale. That would be awesome. A Marvel helicarrier, yeah. I'll have to keep Nick Fury out though. Anyway, as you know, I'm a retro gamer, so as well as a modern gamer and a reviewer and all the rest of it. And to me, one of the last things I look at is the graphics. I look at the gameplay. I mean, I'm really enjoying GTA because you can just arse about and do whatever you want. And I like that about the game. Now, is that the airstrip down there? I'm presuming so. Those red things. Anyway, although I speak to a lot of you on Twitter and stuff, and you all say that the most important thing to you is the graphics. And to each their own. But will you be buying? Excuse me. Oh dear. It's been a long weekend. Not a long weekend in like the good way of a long weekend. Yeah, I'm right over the airstrip now, so yeah. So yeah, in fact, I'm not going to sing just yet because I'm trying to make a point here. In that, obviously, as a tech head, I'm excited about the new Xbox, the new PlayStation, etc. But as a gamer, not sure. I've been very lucky enough to be able to review both consoles. My thoughts on those when they come out, but as a personal level, I'm leaning more towards the. I don't know actually. Possibly the PlayStation, just because they were showing the. There you go. Because they were showing a lot of indie games, which is what I'm into. Oh, there's nothing in the hangar. Damn it. But then again, those kind of games are going to be on the Xbox as well, so. Yawning again. Sorry, listeners. And oh, there's no fun to be had here then. I was hoping to nick a plane. I can't go into the fort because there's a mountain in the way. Okay, I'll have to nick a car and go from there. But a lot of you will primarily be getting the new consoles because you think the new graphics will be amazing. And I've got to tell you, obviously it's release titles, but there's not a lot of difference at the moment between the stuff that they were showing at Gamer E3 and all the rest, and the stuff here. You know, background's more detailed, but in terms of the main sprites and everything, it wasn't like the huge step up that I was expecting. And what I mean by that is obviously going back to the retro gaming. I went from a Spectrum straight up to a Mega Drive when I was a kid. And if you look at a Spectrum game and you look at a Mega Drive game, even the early ones like Sonic or something like that, something really colourful, really fast moving, all those sprites, but in that kind of context, that is a huge step up. And then went from a Mega Drive, and then it was the era of the Saturn and the PlayStation 1. Again, although the early, you look at the early 3D games now, they don't hold up as well these days. But you go from 2D side-scrolling sprites to 3D polygons, like you're playing Virtua Fighter 2, on the Saturn, compared with, look at the graphics on that, compared with a Mega Drive game. Again, huge difference. And yet, to me, the difference between the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, for example, I'm playing this on the Xbox 360 tonight. Not a lot of difference. You look at the latest Forza on the Xbox, latest Forza on the 360, and I'm going to get flame ward for saying this, but I don't think it's that much difference. Not in the sort of, do you know what I mean? Not in the huge step up, the like gobsmacking, jaw to the floor, drool step up. Drool inducing that I had with, Spectrum versus Mega Drive versus PS1, etc, etc. And get out of the car, mate. Thank you. Oh, he's going to get up and try and shoot me with a shotgun, probably. Hillbilly. Hey up, hang on. He's following me. I'm getting followed. What's going on here? Yeah, best, hang on. Well, smash the car more than anything. But, I need to turn the radio off. Excuse me a second. Wee ha 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 ha! There we go. Sorry about that. I'm getting out. I've escaped the hillbilly. Hooray! Give me a car! Give me a car. Oof! They're not going to stop, are they? Right. Never mind. Let's see if I can make this drivable again. Come on, get in. But do you see what I mean? When people not flame war me, but they disagree with my theories on Twitter and things. That's the context I mean. And a lot of you that weren't around when these big step ups were happening, you won't have I guess you won't have a context to it. You won't have an experience of that. Yeah, the Xbox One versus the Xbox 360, or the PlayStation 2 versus the PlayStation 3. Driving along the train tracks just because I can. Those consoles. Yeah, there was a bit of a step up, but it was a step up really, but not as much as previously, and in my opinion. And also, I'm going north. Uh-oh, I hit a rock. Kaboom! Haha! Yeah, that'll do it. And not as much But then again, like I say, not as much as a step up between the current gen and the new gen. Gameplay wise as well, like you go from the Mega Drive, for example, Super Nintendo, to the PlayStation 1. I'll give you a context. I'm a big platformer fan, or was back in the day. And you go from, like in my example, Sonic or Mario All Stars or something like that. And then to try and describe to you that my reaction when I first saw a PlayStation 1, someone at school had it, early adopter. And they're quite expensive back in the day, so not many people had them when they first came out. And you saw Jumping Jack Flash. Now you're gonna laugh, but if you remember that game, it was like a robot rabbit, and he could jump really high onto floating platforms. There wasn't really much to it, but you see a platformer in the sort of that kind of 3D plane with the height as well as the depth from walking into the screen, out the screen, all the rest of it, compared to Gunstar Heroes or Sonic or Mega Drive or something like that. Massive step up in both in gameplay and in terms of the graphics you're getting used to. Whereas we've got to a saturation point, I think, with games at the moment, where we are saturated by first-person shooters, driving games, all that kind of stuff. And to me, there's not a huge difference between them when you really think about it. They play differently. Some of them, a lot of people argue, and they'll argue for COD and they'll argue for Battlefield and all the rest. But to me, again, as a retro game, I like variety, I like quirkiness, I like something that I've not seen before, and all these first-person shooters and things, they don't really do it for me, I'm gonna have to get in a car at some point, try and make one stop. There you go. No, it's not stopping. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just reading that thing from Rockstar there. So, yeah, there's not a lot of difference to me, gameplay, between the current gen and the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. We have, in terms of the big ones that are pushing, they are pushing first-person shooters, they are pushing Forza, Drive Club, things like that. Pretty as they are, and as cool as they are a little bit, they're not anything different. Ah, there we are, someone stopped. Thank you, I want your car. Get out. Thank you. That's better. Right. Oh, for God's sake, excuse me. I can't remember the buttons on this thing. I mean, it's that way, is it? There we go. Right, hopefully I didn't get done by the YouTube bots there. Best part about this game when you're trying to record a podcast come vlog thing is oh, I've done that guy. No, never mind, I forgot about him. It's turn the music off. But that's that. I've just thought I'd give you a little bit of a ramble and a little bit of a look into my own thought process on this, because everyone just goes, oh, but it's not retro, so you don't like it. It's not that. I'm a big tech head, as you know, which is why I'm into retro gaming in the first place. I like seeing the evolution of the tech, from a hardware standpoint, and no more fascinating is it than in retro gaming, because it's something to focus on, and it's also just seeing the evolution of the chips they were using, and the graphics and the hardware and everything else that involved with that. I just think it's a fascinating subject. So from a technical standpoint, I bet that won't crack. Oh, it will crack. It will collapse. There you go. So from a technical standpoint, yes, I'm excited about the Xbox and the PlayStation 4. Of course I am. But I'm going to ditch this car and get another one. So them coppers can't follow me. Now, So of course I'm excited from that kind of a context. Ah, damn it! I've attracted their attention. To the sea! Waha! Don't blow up! Don't blow up! Don't blow up! Right. Well, that was a big effort. Now, so yeah, of course I'm excited from those kind of console kind of point of views, and from the hardware point of view. But again, I want to see something innovative. I want to see divisional games, which is why I was leaning more towards the PlayStation 4 at one point, because I know it's part of this, the whole sales tactic behind it all. But let's hide here for a minute. Come on, hide. But you know, they were showing. There you go. They were showing indie games. They were showing some originality. They were showing some stuff. I hope that's not a player. It's not. It's just the copper running off. You know, they were showing some originality, some drive. In fact, I'm gonna hang out here and at the campfire and carry on talking to you. Yay! I got a weapon mod unlock. And that's what I want to see. And there are some things on their way, but they're not coming yet. I mean, the one game that is of current traditional inverted commas sort of traditional gameplay style is, excuse me a minute.
I have an opportunity you may be interested in. I have a list of vehicles that my contacts would like to get a hold of. You find the cars and bring them to me at the docks, and I will make it worth your while.
Yeah, whatever. Stop interrupting me, you ignorant little git. Thank you. The game that is a traditional style game that I enjoy playing the most, actually, during the reviews, was Titanfall. And I'm very surprised at myself for even saying that, especially considering the conversation we've just had. But I kind of liked the wall running versus the big mechs. You know, that was kind of cool. But past that, there really isn't a lot at the moment. So, you know, that's me. But I'd love to know what you guys think of it. You know, I've tried to justify my point. You know, we've had a lot of conversations on Twitter and things from various people, and hopefully that makes more sense to you now. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, or on moobitmedia.com, what your thoughts are on this subject. You know, are you going to be getting... I know a lot of people will be getting Xboxes and PlayStation 4s on day one. And I know a lot of people who will be waiting until next year. Some people are worried about bugs in the consoles when they come out, so they're going to give them a chance to be found and ironed out and all the rest, and I think it's quite sensible, personally. Some people will be getting them on day one, they'll be queuing outside the shops, or they've got them already on pre-order. If you have, why did you do it? And what made you pick the console of choice? Was it the game lineup? Was it the hardware? Or was it just a case of, say you're on Xbox already and all your friends are on Xbox already and they're all going to be getting the same console? Is it just a case of that? Are there any other factors involved? Do graphics matter? Or does the gameplay matter? And if the gameplay matters, which games were the ones that kind of tipped you towards buying one console over the other? Yeah, it's a fascinating subject, and I'd love to hear from you, and we can carry on this conversation on another video. But hopefully you've enjoyed me rambling. I've been going on for quite a while now, I do admit. Just looking down at my PC, so I didn't even see where I was going. There you go. And I've been going on for a while, so I'm going to sign off there. Hopefully you've enjoyed that little chat and me epic failing a couple of times. And if you want to join me on Twitter, I am at Moobit, and my blog is moobitmedia.wordpress.com. Ooh, another parachute. Get off. We can finish this video in style now. It's like James Bond. Yeah, boy. Base jump. Right. So we can finish the video in style. Follow me on my blog, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I run youtube.com/Moobit. I've also got a new channel coming up called This Is Awesome Sauce, and I also run /RetroCastUK and /GamerdadsUK for the Gamerdads network, which of course is gamerdads.co.uk. So check us all out, and let us know that you saw about us on this video. Until then, I'm going to base jump off this. Pretend I'm in James Bond in GoldenEye. Ta-ra! Yeehaw!